welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something really key for a lot of people, getting fluent in spoken English.
Yeah, and our mission today isn't about, drilling grammar.
No, definitely not. We want to explore a different route, sort of a more natural way to get there.
We're drawing on ideas from the Easy Speak English approach. It has some interesting takes.
So the big problem they highlight, and I think many of you listening will recognize this,
Mm-hmm.
is how traditional learning, the really grammar-heavy stuff, can actually, well, stop you from speaking fluently.
Absolutely. You get caught up thinking, okay, wait, is this past perfect continuous
Yeah.
or simple past?
Right. And while you're doing that mental
The
calculation,
conversation's moved on, or you just freeze.
exactly, you know the grammar, maybe you ace the tests, but actually talking, it's like hitting a wall. It feels disconnected from the practical skill.
And that's where this idea of natural language acquisition comes in. It's central to the Easy Speak English idea.
Like how kids learn.
Precisely. Think about it. Babies and toddlers, they don't get grammar lessons first, do they?
No, they just sort of absorb everything.
Exactly. They listen constantly. They're surrounded by the language. Then they start copying sounds, words.
And eventually sentences, without anyone explaining verbs or nouns explicitly at first.
Right. The brain just starts picking up the patterns. It's an intuitive process built over time through exposure and, well, trying things out.
Okay, so this easy speak English method boils down to, essentially, listen, repeat, speak. Sounds almost too simple.
Well, let's unpack it a bit. The listen part is about real immersion.
So not just textbook dialogues.
No, like podcasts, YouTube videos, maybe eavesdropping on conversations if you can.
Yeah.
Just getting your ears used to authentic English sounds and rhythms.
Got it. Then repeat. What does that actually involve? Just mimicking.
Pretty much, yeah. The material suggests repeating what you hear, even if you don't fully grasp the meaning at first.
Okay. Why is that helpful?
It's about training the physical parts, your mouth, your tongue, and also your brain, to actually produce English sounds. It's like building muscle memory for speaking.
Ah, okay. So it bypasses the overthinking about grammar rules.
That's the idea. We see people who write perfectly, but, like you said, struggle to just order a coffee because they're stuck in that grammar checking mode.
Makes sense. And the third step, speak. That's often the scary part.
It can be, but the key here is practice over perfection. Speak out loud.
Even just to yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The goal isn't perfect sentences right away. It's about building confidence, getting comfortable using your voice in English.
And they suggest starting really basic, right?
Yeah, with simple functional phrases. Things like, I want coffee, or I go to market.
Okay, so not worrying if it's grammatically flawless at the start.
Not at all. The argument is that fluency comes from that consistent practice, from actually using the language, however simply, and building confidence. The grammar accuracy tends to follow later.
It's about momentum then. Interesting. The source even gives some phrases for practice.
Yeah, sort of a guided bit.
Let's try it. If you're listening, just repeat after me. I am learning English.
I am learning English.
I want to speak better.
I want to speak better.
I listen, repeat, speak.
I listen, repeat, speak.
See? It feels quite direct, quite active. So, the main takeaway here, really, is that fluency seems to be less about memorizing endless rules and more about, well, doing, consistent listening, consistent speaking practice.
Absolutely. Confidence and practice are framed as the real engines here. Perfect grammar, while important eventually, isn't the starting block for speaking, according to this approach.
So maybe something for you to think about is how you could bring more active listening and speaking into your day.
Less passive study, more active use.
Yeah. Could you repeat lines from a show? Or maybe try narrating what you're doing, just simple things, in English, out loud.
It's about shifting that focus. So the question for you is, where can you create those little moments to just listen and try to speak, moving beyond just the books or the apps?